Hello, welcome back to JJ's Bakehouse. I'm Ginny. Today I'm going to show you how I make my ganache. So I'm going to do a milk chocolate ganache for you and also a white chocolate one. So milk chocolate, you can do the same with plain or milk chocolate, but the white is slightly different. People do this in various different ways. This is just my way. I don't use the microwave, I just use hot milk. So I find that using chips is better because the chocolate isn't so big, so it's not as hard to melt. So I've got here 100 grams of chocolate chips. Now to make a running pouring ganache, I use a 1-to-1 ratio. So I've got 100 grams here, so I've got 100 mils of cream that I'm going to use. If you wanted to ganache a cake, I use a little bit more of a 2-to-1 ratio just to make it really thick. And that 2 is the cream and the 1 is the chocolate. I like mine to be really thick so I can whisk it up quite nicely. Now with the white chocolate, you need a 3-to-1 ratio. So here I've got 200 grams of white chocolate, and then I'm going to use 65 mils of cream for this one. They're very, very different. The cocoa solids in these are very different. So how I'm going to do it is, I've got the 2 there, I've got 165 mils of cream here. I'm going to put that in my saucepan and get that as hot as I possibly can, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, so I've just taken that off, and this is the one with 100, so that's going to go in there. And this is the one with the 65, and we're going to pop that in there. And we're just going to leave them alone for the moment and let them begin to melt. So leave them for about 2 minutes and I'll come back to you. Okay, so they have been sat steeping for a moment. So just going to give this a stir around. It always looks to start with like it's not going to incorporate properly, but keep going and it does. And there's nothing nicer than when you see the glossy chocolate coming through. So you can see it's starting to incorporate there and starting to turn that lovely glossy shiny colour. Ganache is really simple to make and such a nice finish for your drips. I tend to use this ratio for doing a drip cake. I only alter it when I'm doing the outside of a cake, using it to get that solid ganache before I fondant, or when I'm doing a 3D cake. So there we go, there's that one completely combined, and all you do with that now is you leave that on the side just to cool, and when it's come down to temperature it won't be as runny as that. You can pop it in the fridge then, you can keep it in there for a week or so in the fridge, or you can pop it in the freezer. Just put it back into the microwave when you take it out to bring it back up, and then leave it on the side just to again come back down to more of a solid form. So again here with the white, we're just going to do the same with this one, and that's the same. It always seems a bit thicker because those ratios are different, but it's needed. And the white one especially is nice because then with this now you can add some colour, and then you can have a pink drip or a blue drip, which is quite nice. So if at any point with these it's just not quite melting, you can just pop it in the microwave for 10 or 20 second bursts, but normally it will work. To whiten the white chocolate, you can put some titanium dioxide in there. If you pop that in with the hot milk, the heat helps the titanium dioxide to work. So if you pop it in there, it will then, when you're stirring like this with the heat, it'll come a lovely white colour. So that is how I have made ganache.